Django Paris, and I'm coming in from Michigan State University, although I'm from California, so it's really nice to be in the sunshine. Here at this crucial gathering to talk a little bit about our collaborative work on culturally sustaining pedagogies, which many of the educators here, many of us, obviously, Alim, my colleague here, are involved in, and really thinking about the ways that teaching and learning in the context of schools, community organizations, and communities can sustain the valued lifeways, particularly of Indigenous, Black, Latinx, Pacific Islander, Asian communities. And the way they haven't done that, but the way that we've been at this work for centuries and are still doing it.
So I'm Nolan Cabrera. I'm an associate professor at the University of Arizona, and then UCLA class of 2009. I'm very proud of that. Here, not as a presenter, but just wanting to network and chat with people because of coming out of the Mexican-American Studies legal victory. A lot of really pressing questions have been posed as ethnic studies is growing on a national level. A, where are teachers coming from? B, are we training them effectively? C, how do we actually scale it up and maintain the integrity of ethnic studies?
That's right.
And finally, how do we actually implement meaningful assessments of what ethnic studies offers? Because in a lot of the studies that have been done in ethnic studies quantitatively, they're very, very narrow measures of success that don't encapsulate what can actually happen and why it's important. And so those are a lot of the long-standing questions that I have that I'm just networking with people trying to gain some clarity on, and then trying to figure out how we can do this on a large scale.
And we've learned so much from Nolan and his colleagues and the educators, obviously, and young people and families in Mexican-American studies about CSP and its potential from this long-term ethnic studies work, including Nolan's crucial work.
Yeah, I'm Emile. From Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a involved practitioner, and I come from a teaching background, and my main thing is to try and, I suppose, decode a lot of the academic speak for the masses of kids out there to actually connect with the content, you know. And so I met up with Sammy. I was like, oh damn, there's a word for this.
We got words.
Yeah.
Academics got words.
Hopefully
So, yeah.
useful ones. Often not, but.
So yeah, it's been, I've had minimal sleep while I was here because I'm just, all these things happening in the Bay Area is just blowing my mind.
Yeah.
You know, not that you can see with this air like that, but blowing my mind.
And now we got him in LA, and it's continuing, right, to blow.
Exactly.
So I'm just honored to be here with all of these cats here. Emile is very humble. He's a legendary pioneering figure in South African hip hop, and is an educator, an artist, an activist, and is doing the kind of work that we've been doing on this side over there in Cape Town, South Africa. And it's really, I mean, the work is some of the most impressive, revolutionary, transformative kind of work I've ever seen. And so in the work on culturally sustaining pedagogies, my role has been to try to get us to look back and to look into communities that have already been doing this work, sustaining each other and themselves out of the very real need to survive in the face of overwhelming oppressions. And so the work that Emile does in Cape Town is so critically important and connected to the work that Nolan and Django and I are doing with culturally sustaining pedagogies and ethnic studies. And I think this group right here represents a nexus of where culturally sustaining pedagogies and ideas about pedagogy intersect with ethnic studies to answer the question of what is the purpose of schooling? What is it that we're actually trying to do? And like Laurie Latson-Billings said, she posed this question to us early on. What is the purpose of education? Once you figure out that purpose, then you know how to educate and how to move forward. So I'm just honored to be here with this group of like-minded brothers who are focused on this, this education question and education movement, and how do we build a better future.